Hello and welcome to my video on picture book anatomy. Today we're going to look at how picture books are made, and this is an important subject because picture books are made in a very specific way and therefore you need to write with this in mind. So let's start with what we call hardback books or hardcover in the US, and if we give them a tap they are literally hard. This is a lovely book by David Soman, Three Bears in a Boat, and if we open it up we can take this cover off. This is the book jacket, and some picture books have this. Most modern ones in my collection have a dust jacket, a book jacket, but I have, for example, an older one by Sarah Finelli, First Flight, and this is a hardback also, but it didn't come with a dust jacket, so it's all printed on the hardcover. But I don't see many of those these days. So anyway, let's go back to this book jacket. So obviously we've got the cover, we've got the spine, and we've got the back cover, and also inside we have two flaps. These are the jacket flaps. On the front one we tend to have a little bit of blurb about the book, and on the back one we tend to have some information about the authors and illustrators. The hardback books, they have the pictures printed on them because libraries, probably the first thing they do is take off the dust jacket and they get their library binding on, so they wouldn't want a blank cover on there, you still need a cover. So in this case the images are duplicated. What we've got here, we've got a sheet of paper. First page is stuck down to the board. You can see if I were to peel that off, you'd know that was a picture. So page 1 is actually behind this image. This is page 2 that we see here. And then we've got all of your pages there. Not all of them are used for story, but this is called the book block itself, this bit. And then we've got page 31 here that we can see facing out, but on the other side as it's stuck down it is page 32. So writers and the publishers can't use page 31 and 32 generally. So this is a paperback. It does not sound hard, it's not, it's all wobbly. And we actually do have page 1 to use, and here we've got a beautiful page 1 with lots of art all about going to Mars, and it gives you lots of clues to the story. This book also has a book block, and there at the end on the back page you've got a room to advertise Charlotte and Adam's next book.
Pages in a book block of a picture book are made from one giant sheet of paper, which is known as a signature. Here I am making a facsimile of that with a sheet of A4 paper. I fold it in half, then half again, and then for the third time I fold it once more. It gets really difficult to fold it any more than that. Here I'm making a cut down the middle, and this helps me fold the signature into spreads, and spreads are 2 pages that are open in a book. Here I'm just making sure that there are no folded edges at the bottom, and this is where I start numbering the pages, and I believe this is the correct way that a printer would do it. pages of the signature are printed out of sequence, and this is due to the way the signature is folded and cut. Next thing the printer would do would be to cut the signature and then bind the pages together as spreads. The gutter is the middle part where the book is stitched or glued. Here, when it's cut and folded, we have our spreads and pages. And this works out as 7 spreads, and it's a total of 16 pages. And a 32-page picture book is made up of 2 signatures. Here is a side-by-side comparison of hardcover and softcover picture books to examine their spreads and pages. And we find out that they have 13 spreads and 32 pages. Here we have an example of a separate ended book, and this is Moon Day by Adam Rex. It's a hardback again, and if we open it up, we see we have this black paper at the start. One's pasted into the hardcover, and there we have these black sheets, and we have this glossy paper that the book is actually printed on. So this different paper indicates that it is a separate ended book. I just thought I would share with you what I've personally learned making this video. Hardcovers sometimes have the same amount of pages as softcovers if they are self-ended. So I always just assumed that hardcovers had more pages, and they do if they are separate-ended with, say, different sorts of paper inserted at the start, like the Adam Rex book, Moon Day. I've learned how a signature is laid out, and that 2 signatures make up a book, and probably most important of all, I've learned that a 32-page picture book only has 13 spreads to work with, rather than 14, which seems to be the wisdom passed on in most how-to writing books and over the internet. Okay, so hopefully all of this information will help us to write our own books. If we take a look at Tara Lazar's excellent blog, Writing for Kids While Raising Them, if you Google a picture book dummy layout, she has a brilliant article here on her blog, and it also has 2 excellent templates. The first one is for a self-ended picture book, and she also has a template for separate-ended books, which she calls coloured-ended books. Really useful resources, and in fact the whole article is brilliant. And this article links to another article by Editorial Anonymous, and that is jam-packed full of with similar information that is really useful too. And here we have Elizabeth Odulemba's page. She's an author illustrator, and she's got a great page on how to create a picture book dummy. From there you can download a storyboard template which you can write on or draw on. So that's very useful too. On my own blog, claireobrienart.blogspot, I have a link to my free Scrivener picture book template. Scrivener is the most amazing writing software you'll ever find, and I have a free picture book template to help you write your picture books. Admittedly, it's based on 14 spreads, but until I did this video, I always thought there were 14 spreads in a picture book. Got all of the spreads and page numbers listed on there, and you would just type into the Composer window, or you can rough out your ideas in the corkboard view. So yes, that's all free to download from my blog. And I also have a YouTube channel with a tutorial video on there on how to use it. It's the only video posted in there at the moment, because this video that I'm making now hasn't been posted yet.
Thank you for watching. I hope you found this useful and interesting. And if you did, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and feel free to share it on your social networks and blogs. And yes, come again soon, and I'll have some more videos for you on making picture books. Thank you. Bye.